Hey guys, what's going on? Just a little update on everything. So currently working on the WRX. It's been like a while since it got drove. The wife was taking it to Washington for a concert and turbo blew up. That's not saying a whole lot of bad because this car has like 260,000, 270,000 miles on it. And it's got a tune on it from 2013. And a dynoed at 274 and a half, which is pretty good, especially for a tune in 2013, and it's lasted this long. It's got some leaks here and there. The steering rack leaks. I used to leak oil, but I'm assuming that was out of the old turbo. It's got a ton of cool stuff on it. It's got full SPT exhaust all the way back. It's got up pipe. It's got intercooler, a bunch of cool stuff. Nothing too crazy. It's just Subaru and it's just a car. I know a lot of people are going to hate that, but it's a fun little parts getter, and it was originally a concert chaser car for the wife. But as you can see, this turbo is the original one. The fins on it are pretty hammered, and it's got a lot of play. It goes in and out and all over the place. So it was hitting the housing. I think the best part was the wife described it as, it sounds like an alien is abducting someone. All right. I ordered another turbo, got it on the car. It didn't prime like it should have. And of course, it went about 40 miles and voila. So that was that. So I had to take it off. I contacted the seller. I talked to them. They were understanding. They knew that I did this kind of stuff all the time. I rebuild turbos with blah, blah, blah. It's just easier to swap this out, and they said that they would. So I'm still waiting on that, but I want this going because I got some work to do on the Dodge, and it's winter time. Four-wheel drive car actually does really good in the snow, and it's fun to drive. 4runner. It's getting there. I'll show you guys. It's currently outside because, well, working on the car. It is, hold on a second. Nothing like getting hit by the door when you're not paying attention. Sitting here. Ta-da. This is as far as I've got with the tube work. The coil towers are on and in place. Everything's where I want it. You know, just basics. I finally got a windshield brace. This is unfortunately the hardest tube work I've ever had to do. This is the only thing I can't actually imagine before I build it. It's driving me nuts. It's usually I come up with something in my head, I can picture it, and then I build it. And that's that. Like the seat frame, you know, I pictured it and I built it. This is all adjustable. I just got to put set screws in there. But all the seats are in, shifters are all in, everything's good there. Wiring's done for that. I'm going to use my factory gauge cluster, and I'm going to gut it and then use all my autometer stuff and finesse it in there somehow so it has all the factory looks, but it's all aftermarket shit. So but yeah, there's that. I got to do a harness bar. I kept all my seats and stuff mounted to the body and not the cage because when I built the cage, I totally spaced hard mounting the body so it moves around a little bit, and I don't want my seat belts attached to the cage because if I have them real tight and I hit something hard, I don't want it to pull really hard on me. So seats are mounted to the cab, but I have, I'll show you in a minute, I have the X that goes through the floor and the roof, and I was originally just going to do a bar off of that and come over and tie to the cab and then start tying the cab into the frame, or not the frame, but the chassis and cab to stiffen it up. But I was worried that 2 or 3 mounts, especially on the seat side, if I tied the seats into it somehow, that over time of it shaking around and not having enough mounts, that it would start cracking and ripping the body. So I'm going to weld a plate here kind of plate this whole thing and then just do a cab bar around and keep it off of that far enough to where if somebody's grabbing it, they can't smash their fingers, or put something big foam piece there so that they can't actually grab there. And you know, that would be a bad day and smash your fingers inside the truck. But you know, here it is sitting. I'm pretty stoked that it runs. I still have to get exhaust done on it. I'm gonna have J&O Mufflers do it. I got a buddy down there who's really good at what he does, and he makes some tight stuff because the underside of this with all the links is extremely tight. Here's something I haven't shown you guys yet. This is what my tub looks like. It's extremely dirty and I never actually painted it, and there's stuff everywhere, so gotta have the compressor. Just crap everywhere. So it's all sealed, everything's in. There's a plate right here that I can pull off and get to my fuel cell, which is right there with the pump and a big extra filter back there. And then just because I like to show cool stuff, take pride in what you do, I got plexiglass right here, and you can actually see all the coilovers in there, and I have rock lights that actually light up on them. Just little touches like that, that's kind of cool. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I guess I need to do a big walk around, you know, just kind of walk through everything that I have done to it. I'll probably do that obviously when it's done, because it'd be a lot cooler to have everything going and running and driving, and maybe a few clips of some full poles in the field or something. But I don't know, it's nice and clean. Still got factory, everything works. That's pretty sweet. But I made it so all this, I used like all the factory bolts. I don't know if you can see that, but down in that tube is a factory bolt hole. And yeah, gotta love JB Fab, awesome company. Make sure you hit them all up. And so that's pretty much it for that. I'm gonna start making more videos. Obviously I need to, and it'd be cool to start making, you know, a little bit more progress on things, and having a following of people that are interested in the same stuff would be pretty sweet. But that's one big project that I'm really excited to finish. But this is an even bigger project that I'm pretty excited to finish. It is also currently, yep, 1EZ the world. It also has Kings in the front. It is 4-wheel drive. It is an IFS. It is long travel in the rear. I'm getting long travel kit from a buddy off of Instagram who has made some badass stuff, and he's going to hook me up when I get the funds together to purchase the kit. But it's going to be pretty badass. Little street rig. I got some ridiculous fiberglass for it because it's actually currently on the old frame for the 4runner. So I have another 4runner back there, over there. And I did a bunch of frame swapping around because it turns out the limited frames on a 4runner are like an inch and a half narrower, which I needed because, you know, I run the small tires, so turning and clearances and stuff are kind of nice to have. But I had a frame just sitting around and I didn't know what to do with it. So spare parts here, but I got some badass trailer product. Yeah, trailer products, fiberglass. Yeah, it's a trailer company that makes really cool fiberglass. I have matching bedsides. I was not very stoked on the rise. It comes up really high and it's kind of ugly, but it's a first gen with fiberglass and it's huge. But 35s, obviously the rear's not to width yet because I still got to build the A-arms, but it's pretty cool. It's got no wing windows, which is interesting. Solid rear window, and it's a T-top. Those actually will pop out when I scrape all the silicone off. Tilt column, got the tach, which is a 4-cylinder tach, and the other cool thing is that the 1UZs actually run off of a 4-cylinder signal. So I should be able to hook that up, except for it's going to be in the red because it goes to 6,500 RPM. I got a ton of parts for it. Got Devers and all-can hybrids in the rear. Don't worry about these. These are getting all cut off, and I'm putting everything under the frame. T100 rear end. This one is pretty hammered. Yeah. Don't worry about that. But, so I'm going to chop it or do something back here. See, there's a transfer case in there. Yep. It did run and drive. It was really fun to drive, actually. Had a lot of power. Go figure. And, yeah, I need to stop robbing parts out of it because the seats that are in the 4Runner now came out of here. But it's pretty cool. We got all the gauges. There's some more wiring stuff. I was actually able to use the factory 4Runner shifter and transfer case hole. Well, not hole, but stuff. And finagling, center console and everything. Yep, 1UZ. Yeah, but it'll be pretty sweet, and it's gonna be like a mild travel. I don't know, I say mild, but I have ridiculous leaf springs in the rear. I got those from a buddy that has a sweet 3rd gen race truck that's raced the Mint 400, Vegas to Reno, Laughlin. He goes down to Baja, and he hooked it up with some leaf springs and another T100 rear end. This thing is insane. Oh, so it's all braced down here. Strikers. It's already spring under. Sweet. Shock mounts, limit straps. It's backboned. And it's got a pinion guard on it. That's ridiculous as well. He did a ton of work to this thing. This has been to Laughlin, Mint 400, Baja, crap, I don't know, some other cool stuff, but it's locked with 488s, which I don't have 488s for the front. I have 410s in the front, but he also gave me an 8.4 410 to run with it, so we'll see. I'll play around with gears and see what I can do. But that's a fun project. I got fuel cell, whole fuel system and everything for that. I'll also do an update soon on what I have done to that. It is a compound common rail with 6-speed. It's got a bunch of cool stuff on it, and I'll go through with that. That's the tow pig. And then this as well. This is actually the wife's, but I have probably taken over more than she has. But I, gotta have some fun, a little bit of fun on everything. So I'll do another thing on that. And it is currently up and running again finally. Wheels and tires. Had a little bit of an accident one time, but yeah. So that is the current update. We're working on the house, the addition. It's getting closer. Everything in the back that we're working on. New septic, just a ton of stuff's going on right now. So, oh yeah, another one, wife's truck. Gotta work on that. Projects for days, guys. But that is the update. So within this week, I should have the turbo for this, get that up and running again, and then I can bring in the 4Runner over there, get that back in here, and start working on that. So that is my current update. Sorry it's been so long. I'll try to do a little bit more stuff here and there. And sorry my videos are so long and unedited. I need to get a laptop. I have a GoPro, but I don't know if you guys really want to watch me on a fisheye lens a bunch. I don't even think you guys want to see me. You probably want to see this stuff. All kinds of cool stuff everywhere. So, yeah. Oh, one more thing. This thing's pretty cool. It's pretty straight. 3rd gen. Okay. Yeah. With a sunroof. It's extremely clean. Obviously, texture-wise, it's not clean. It's got a factory, well, I don't know if it's actually factory, but as you can see, it's got an electric rear window. I've never seen that before, but it's I mean, it's pretty straight for what's all there. Power, everything, obviously. It had a 3VZ 3.0 in it. So my plan is to basically build a first gen with it. It's not mine, it's a buddy's, but we're going to go in halves. I got a bunch of parts for it. But we're going to put this cab on another 4runner frame, do another mild travel thing with it. Probably not as crazy as that, but build some cool stuff for this and get it painted and have just a really nice truck. I'm pretty into keeping Toyotas clean and nice for the most part. The 4runner is still cleanish and nice-ish for a crawler. So yeah, and then of course a 1UZ. You got a 1UZ the world. And yeah, so I don't know if I've done a running update on this yet, but I don't think I can start it yet. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll go through, I'll show you all the crazy wiring that I have done on it. It's straight headers. It sounds horrible because they are not equal length headers. And actually, if you look, you see that weird kicked up on that one? It's like a weird setup. This side is completely not like that. It's exactly wrong. Well, this side's right, I think. This side is fucking weird. But, so it sounds like it's missing because you have two cylinders coming out of the end of the exhaust at the same time. Sounds weird, but it's not missing, I promise. But yeah, tomorrow I'll go over, I'll do another detailed once through, I guess, on all the engine and all the wiring and how much fun that is. So, alright guys, have a good night. Be safe over the holidays. Well, not the holidays, but Halloween. I know I'm going to drink a bunch of beer and have some fun with some guys, have a fire. Maybe I'll bring you guys along for a little bit and let you meet the guys. Some of them are pretty gay. But anyways, not really gay. But yeah, have a good night.